Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bracket Brothers, brought to you by SAC Comedy Lab. Please give it up for your hosts, Sean and Pat.
Yo, 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 yo!
What's up? Oh my God, I don't know what that was.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Sean.
I'm Pat.
We're the Rice Brothers, also the Bracket Brothers. Tonight, we are real life
from Philadelphia.
Philadelphia.
We're both wearing the same hat.
If anyone wants to drop the score of the Sixers game into the chat as they come back from halftime, I would love that. But I love fast food more than I love the Sixers. Not true, but Here we go. Thank you to everybody who's here watching. We love you. We love you. Love you. If you were here last week, you know how this show works. Basically, Pat and I have picked some of our favorite things in pop culture, and we are going to be diving in and figuring out what the best thing is. Last week, we did blockbuster movies, big summer movies. If you want to know what the winner was, you're going to have to go back and watch the video. But this week, Pat, why don't you tell them what we got coming up this week?
This current show?
Yeah, like today, like right now.
Well, hopefully you all already know because you've already filled your brackets out at home. But we're talking, of course, you think of pop culture, fast food, baby. That's right. We're breaking down the top 16 as determined by Sean and I, fast food establishments across the country.
That's true. Niffer, thank you so much. Please only chime in when the Sixers are winning, though. Okay.
Yes. Like we said, we have the top 16 fast food areas. And again, your favorite fast food thing might not be on this bracket, but guess what? Your hate, we love it.
We love our haters.
We love our haters. We love our haters. Please. Your hate fuels us. It feeds us. Your hate is actually the 17th fast food. It didn't make the bracket, but we love the hate. But we should probably get into our guests, huh?
Yeah, why don't we go ahead and bring in the guests, and then we will reveal what the regions are. So we hope that everyone, a quick disclaimer, for anyone who doesn't live in Orlando, we just had like a straight up hurricane come through and knocked out a lot of people's power and internet. So please bear with us if we have any technical difficulties, but we do have an incredible lineup of guests. Let's go ahead and Roger, if you want to bring in those guests. Guest music. Guests are coming in now. Boom.
Guest music. Guest music. Guest music.
Hey, everybody.
Hi. Welcome. Well, a bit of a spoiler on where Alex's alliance might align, but our first guest we'll introduce is Alex.
It's my God-given name.
It's his God-given name. He's filling out the Pennsylvania love. Alex is a high lover of all fast food establishments. He's coming to us from Pennsylvania with some very, very hot takes about the fast food industry.
That's correct. Next up, we have Molly. You've probably seen Molly up on the SAC stage multiple times. You may have seen her at the theme parks. She's a theme park actress. She's incredibly funny. And she has, Molly, do you want to give your kind of preamble to how you're going to be judging these fast foods tonight?
Yes. So full disclosure, I have not eaten meat for about 4 years or so, but I consider myself a trash vegetarian and still frequent all of these fast food locations. So I have rated how I feel about everything based off of their starch selection, how much I still think something is tasty 4 years later after having not eaten it, how good their bathrooms are for road trips, and drink selections.
Amazing.
And when I say
Incredible.
that I started this out, like I got notes, baby. We got
goodness.
We got info.
We love a note.
We love a blonde Molly. And filling out the bracket show today, you may recognize him from his experience catching a chicken tender from none other than Guy Fieri at Chicken Guy at Disney Springs here in Florida.
Will he catch it?
Will he catch it? Let's see.
No.
Let's see. No spoilers, Neil.
Lining up. Shoots
Here
the
it
J.
comes.
Oh my God. Off
Right on the
rim,
ground.
onto the floor.
Right on the ground. Horrible. But ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Neil to the show. Neil, thank you for being here today.
It's an honor to be here.
And it's an honor to have you. Neil's also recently gone viral in some fast food reviews, which we might get some more hot takes off of.
We'll have to.
Coming into the show.
Not a restaurant on the bracket, but we'll see if we get to it.
Yeah.
So without further ado, because last week we almost ran out of ding dang time. Why don't we go ahead, Roger? If you want to bring up the screen here, let's walk these people through how we went ahead and chose our regions. If you remember last week, the regions made all the sense in the world, which is the same for this week. So first up in our top left, we have McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King, KFC, which of course is the old man mascot region. That's correct. Anyone who thinks Ronald McDonald is not an old man, that clown has been kicking since like the freaking 40s. So that is an ancient clown. Mm-hmm. Over in the top
hides
right,
his wrinkles under all that makeup.
You can't see it. Top right, we got Taco Bell, Chick-Fil-A, Zaxby's, Panda Express. This one's pretty clear. That's the animals region, baby. If you remember that little chihuahua from Taco Bell, R.I.P. Chick-fil-A with those stupid cows. Zaxby's, one of the weirder ones because the logo is a chicken, which we are there to eat. And Panda Express, it's that panda, baby. Down in the bottom left, Subway, Sonic, Checkers, Long John Silver's. Say it with me, just like last week, transportation. That's right. We have Subway, which is, of course, a mode of transportation. Sonic, we got those car hops on roller skates. They're on roller skates. Checkers, one of their earliest ads were taxi cabs. And, of course, Long John Silver, a classic character from the book Treasure Island, which is pirates, and pirates are on ships. Then on the bottom right, Arby's, Dairy Queen, Popeyes, In-N-Out. Say it with me, everyone. That's the hats region. Arby's, that famous giant hat logo. Dairy Queen, she's a queen. She's wearing a crown. Popeyes, this one's a stretch. The Sailor Man wore a hat. And then In-N-Out Burger, they wear those dumb paper hats. So
I do like that you had to acknowledge that Popeyes was the only stretch in this show, which is really accurate.
The only stretch.
The only stretch.
Molly has some questions about the Taco Bell dog. Listen, I don't know how to break this to you. That commercial came out a dog's lifetime ago.
All right, the Taco Bell potato, the dog.
Wait, what?
Oh, Molly McCormick and the dog? Yes.
Yeah.
Do you have any more information about that? Chihuahua? I didn't realize that dog was no longer with us.
I am making an assumption based. If anybody wants to Google. Yeah, thank you, Danny. Danny, the Taco Bell commercials, that's 1998. Dogs don't last that long. I'm really sorry we're having to do this here, but we're going to be talking about eating lots of meat, and so animals are dying for this, and I apologize. I'm sorry, Molly, but that's how it's going to be. So we are into the bracket. Does anyone want to say anything before we start? I know that Ben Russin was just chiming in. Ben Russin, famously the brother of Alex Russin. Alex does not eat cheese.
I'm
Alex,
vegan.
do you want to talk about that?
I'm vegan, except for that I eat meat and dairy. I just don't eat cheese. So I've pretty much been vegan my entire life, if vegan meant no cheese.
Great. So keep that in mind when Alex is voicing his opinions, that they are less than not eating the cheese. Okay, up first. Actually, really quick before we start, I just want everyone to know that if I have to run out of the room at any point, it's because my butt is falling off. My lovely fiance and I spent the day eating at as many of these places as we could in the Orlando area. If you'd like to see the proof of that, you can check my Instagram. But that's the most fast food I've eaten in a long time, and I feel absolutely terrible. So that's it. That's my disclaimer that if Tom the dog will take over and he will lead you through. So first up in the old men category, we have McDonald's versus KFC. McDonald's versus KFC. Take it away. What do you guys got?
This is easy.
Molly's the historian. I feel like she should go first.
Definitely the most iconic of the fry situation. It is the measuring stick to which all other fries are put up against. We cannot deny this. Its branding is iconic. It has fantastic double drive-thrus. However, the ice machine is always broken. And to me, that really knocks it down a few pegs in my ranking. I only give it 8 out of 10 Dodge Caravans on the Molly fast food scale. So
amazing.
it's still pretty high, but we have things to contend with.
Wow.
Hmm.
A lot of research clearly in there.
I own a Dodge Caravan, which was a former
I didn't come
hearse.
here to play around, all right?
So I feel like I should. I'm also choosing McDonald's, but I feel like KFC deserves a eulogy because there's no way it's losing or winning. The KFC, the Famous Bowl, which is just a mix of delicious food, I once watched a small human I know whose nickname is Mead, who has Crohn's disease, eat 6 of them in 15 minutes. So kudos to KFC.
Wow.
That's big. Yeah, I agree with you, Alex. I think it's probably we're in a eulogy right now in the sense that we're pretty much going to be saying goodbye to KFC, which should be noted for introducing one of the greatest fast food items of all time, which was the KFC Snacker, which really redefined the value menus across the land.
See, I thought you were going to say the KFC Double Down, which in my mind is that's a top game changing. I don't know if you guys remember that. It was disgustingly incredible.
Yes.
How could we forget the Double Down sandwich? My one problem with the Double Down sandwich, though, is that 1, is it a sandwich? 2, they were a little bit too smug about themselves having invented this item, and I just can't ignore that kind of attitude. You know, I want a little bit more humility.
My one issue with the
also,
Double
side
Down.
Note, I cannot hear Alex at all, so I'm everything Alex is saying as like the Peanuts gang teacher. Wah wah wah. Please tell me I'm wrong.
That's fair.
Well, Molly, consider yourself the luckiest out of all of us.
I just saw that Devin's comment about. Oh no! I just saw Devin's comment about Colonel Sanders. Please note he is not a real colonel. That was an honorary title.
So. Oh my goodness!
Stolen valor.
Neil, did you have hot take coming out of here? You started something there.
Ronald McDonald's a real clown. Colonel Sanders isn't a real colonel.
All right, and with that, we are going to move to vote. With that, we are going to move.
That's all it has to be.
We are going to move to vote. All right, please, hands up if you'd like to vote for McDonald's. All right, and Molly, you going KFC?
Wait,
nope,
what?
Hands up now.
What just happened?
We're good.
Oh, Molly, all right, it's a full sweep. That's a sweep for McDonald's, ladies and gentlemen. McDonald's is moving on. Next up, we have Wendy's versus Burger King.
Now, I think this is one of the biggest matchups in the entire thing. So I'm going to come out hot and say that Burger King has done one of the greatest things, which is implemented a vegan option for all of our vegan friends with the Impossible Whopper. It is actually maybe the best thing Burger King offers. It's very, very good. They have also the least effort ever put into a meal, which is the Rodeo Burger. Now, if you're hearing the Rodeo Burger for the first time ever, the Rodeo Burger is, imagine somebody who cares the least amount about you has to make you a sandwich. And what they do is they take just the worst bun and the worst patty, and then they put one of the onion rings, because Burger King also offers onion rings instead of French fries, on top of that patty, a little bit of ketchup. And when I mean like enough ketchup that there's ketchup, but not enough ketchup that like you want more. And then they slap it on top. They angrily roll it in a paper, whatever, throw it in a bag, and it's maybe the best thing you'll ever eat.
Pat, barbecue sauce. You forgot barbecue sauce.
Oh my God, barbecue sauce. I'm sorry. Rodeo barbecue. It's absolutely incredible. It'll change your life. Everyone go eat a Rodeo Burger. With that being said, Burger King is up against a challenger here.
I'll say this: the new Wendy's breakfast is actually really good, and that does like put it up. Like before, if Wendy's didn't have breakfast, it would be an immediate Burger King for me. But that Wendy's breakfast is really good.
It is pretty solid. And to Wendy's, I have to give credit where credit is due. They are the inventor of the value menu, and they also are America's fastest drive-through, only being beaten up by Dunkin' Donuts. Side note, not sure why Dunkin' Donuts is not on this bracket. So I think I need to give them some credit for how innovative they've been in our collective fast food experiences. And I do know that they have that Impossible Burger, but they don't necessarily switch or clean the broilers between cooking. So yes, it's a vegan option, but it is questionable at best. So I'm Team Wendy's on this one.
Yeah.
Spicy nuggets.
Mm-hmm.
My father's love of Wendy's chili is more than his love for me. They serve a baked potato. Nobody else serves a baked potato, do they? No. So this is legitimate, a health food restaurant. Possibly the second best fries on the entire thing. And Burger King has that long chicken sandwich, which is trash. The only thing that's good at Burger King is their French toast sticks. So,
It's interesting. It's an interesting take. That long chicken sandwich is actually not trash. So that is make me very worrisome about your opinion. And also, yes, this has become a one-host show because Florida is a violent weather state, and as you can see, one of the Brackett brothers has lost his power. So it's my show now, baby, and I'm gonna say this is a huge matchup. Wendy's probably has what I think is maybe one of the best fast food burgers in the game. They got those square patties because they don't cut corners. Clever, but unfortunately we have lots of debate, so we're going to have to already put this up to a vote. But because there's 4 of us, if we have a tie, we might have to go to the audience. So it's time to vote. Please raise your hands if you are voting for Burger King. And Wendy's with the clean sweep of a victory. My goodness. Did we see it coming? I think most of us did. And that means we're moving straight
I really did
ahead.
not see that coming.
I didn't see it. I thought there'd be some more love for Burger King. And you know, maybe someone's got a hill to die on later in this show for Burger King. But Wendy's is pretty important. And those spicy nuggets, they're something else.
I almost kicked my mother-in-law out of my house today because she chose Burger King when I ran this bracket for conversation.
Well, with that, we wrap up our old man area and we move forward.
Wendy's.
Oh, he's back and he continues the clean sweep. Thank goodness.
Thank
Sean,
God.
welcome back. Wendy's won.
Transformer just blew on my. It was like it sounded like a bomb when it was like, and then the lights went off. Oh, God, that was terrifying. I'm back now.
You're back, and we're moving on to our next matchup. Now, are we going down or across here, Sean? You want to go?
Down, baby. Down.
We go to transportation. We've got Subway versus Checkers.
Oh.
Any hot takes coming out of the gate from anyone?
I got a hot take. A hot take. So I think I went to Checkers for the first time in my life today. I don't think I've ever been before. It's also called Rallies, if anyone's tuning in from another part of the country. Everyone talks about Checkers fries being good. Here's a hot take. They do. Checkers fries are freaking doo-doo. They're too soft, they're too sweet, and they can hit the bricks. And I can't believe I'm about to say this because I'm going to vote for I'm going to vote for
Don't
Subway.
Don't you say it. No.
Oh my God. My own brother, who earlier this week sent me the text that says, if I never have Subway again, it'll be too soon, just voted for Subway. Sean, while I don't necessarily disagree with your vote, you're wrong about the fries. They're great fries, but if we're talking about fries, we know the real winner is coming up later in this show. Am I right?
Baby.
Yeah. The last time I had Checkers, I threw up. I'm not even lying. The burger poisoned me, and I had Checkers before, and I enjoyed it. Subway, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you a quick behind-the-scenes story. There's a Subway in every cafeteria if you ever work for the Walt Disney Company. Yeah. So if you work for Disney long enough, you've had too many Subway sandwiches. With that being said, it is arguably fresh sometimes, but they offer a little bit more than Checkers does, which is, in my opinion, decent fries, but burgers that might make you throw up. Anybody else got something to say here?
Oh, I got a lot.
Alex, who's our guest?
Several things.
This is my beautiful co-host Caroline.
Caroline, welcome to the show.
Who will keep me from using bad words right now. Subway smells like Walmart. I went to a middle school dance at Checkers and Frenched a girl. Vote against that. Vote against it. That's it. And now I have a daughter. So
the thing is,
I don't know that anything else has to be said.
Yeah.
Oh man, I have
Oh,
no idea
boy.
what that was because I can't hear it, but it was adorable. Maybe I don't
Not
know.
adorable. Nope.
Not adorable, it wasn't.
Oh, no.
My God, we've been looking for a tagline for this show. I mean, we may have just found it moving forward to the rest of all of our episodes. Molly, do you have anything to say about this matchup?
Several things. Yes, I agree that Checkers is questionable. I, for one, not a fan that there's no indoor seating, and I more than once have gone through the wrong drive-through over those reverse drive-through situations. But
Is that
Subway
today?
is complete and utter trash. The fact that those sandwich makers try to call themselves artists is a load of bull. And I need to tell you guys about how this franchise got started because I think it's going to color some information. So it was started in the late 1960s in Bridgeport, Connecticut by a nuclear physicist named Dr. Peter Buck. He gave a $1,000 loan to his 17-year-old friend named Fred DeLuca as a way to start save money for college. So a nuclear physicist gave a loan to a 17-year-old. And guys, I just don't remember that scene from Back to the Future, but I feel like that is some questionable origins, and I just need you all to know it.
wait, hold on. Why does Subway have the same origins as Theranos? It's the same story.
My goodness.
Really? Well, they both are awful. So.
We gotta watch the clock here, so we gotta move to vote on this one. Put your hand up if you'd like to vote for Subway. All right, and hands up for Checkers. Oh,
Wow.
Neil's vote. Checkers moves on.
Which is incredible. A little fun fact for you folks. Subway is actually the #1 fast food establishment in the United States. They have the most, they make the most money somehow. It doesn't make sense to me, but that's an upset as far as statistics go. Moving on to the next one. What do we got, Sean?
Cite your
Oh, we have Sonic, the restaurant, not to be confused with the Hedgehog, versus Long John Silver's, the restaurant,
All
not to
right.
be confused with the Pirate.
Okay.
I'm just going to throw this out now. Does anyone have anything positive to say about Long John Silver's? Alex, please.
First off, I'm pretty sure I'm the only person that had Long John Silver's. Second off, the best thing on their, just because it's a seafood restaurant doesn't mean the best thing on the restaurant can't, or the menu can't be something else. The chicken planks are made from the good Lord, and their hush puppies are a slice of utopia. So they deserve all the accolades possible, and Sonic is trash. They have decent tater tots or something.
I will say, we went to Sonic, Subsea. We went to Sonic today. First time in a long time for me, and we had the mozzarella sticks. And you know what? And we had the cherry limeade, which, my God, you want to talk about gift from the Lord above.
Carolina is good as hell.
We had those, and as we're driving away, Chelsea, who hated almost everything we had today except something later, spoiler alert, Popeyes, she said, you know what? I could see just like saying, hey, you want to go to Subway or you want to go to Sonic and get some mozzarella sticks? These are good as hell. And that's coming from Chelsea, who absolutely would not eat most of the things we went to today because they are garbage. My vote's going to Sonic.
I think we have a. Does our guest of a guest want to chime in here? Caroline, do you have something to say?
What do you've never had either of these things. What do you have to say?
She's raising her hand. She's being polite.
Just tell them what you like.
I like chicken nuggets.
That is a great take. That's a hot take. The hottest take we've had on the show so far.
Incredible.
You heard it here first, folks. Caroline
Can't
Wilson
argue
loves
with that.
chicken
okay,
nuggets.
again, I can't hear them, but that I'm sure was adorable, right? That comment was adorable?
That one was good.
That one was
Okay,
adorable.
okay.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, so I will be abstaining from this vote as I have not had Long John Silver, though I do support Sonic's Nugget Ice, but I do need you all to know Long John Silver is a fast food fish restaurant from Kentucky, and I find that suspicious as hell. So do that what you will.
Perfect. So
All right,
with
so
Molly
for those-
sustaining, everyone in the chat, start voting immediately. If you want to vote for Long John Silver's, type in any of those words, Long John or Silver's. If you want to vote for Sonic, type in Sonic. We'll start counting in the next. You got a minute and a half.
God, I really don't like the idea of fish from a fast food restaurant.
McDonald's has fish.
I've never had the fillet of fish. It's it just. I don't like that idea. It's just,
I love a fish stick. I love a home heated up fish stick.
Long John Silver's has lobster. It's high end.
You
Ew,
love a
God.
home heated fish stick? Why? I thought you
Because
loved
they're good. No, they're good. A little tartar sauce. Hey, Sixers are up.
That's what we're talking about. Thank you, Dad.
Thank you, Dad.
Perfect. All right. I've seen what's coming out of the chat, so we have Molly's vote.
All right. let's go.
And we're gonna have to move the rest of it to a vote. So please raise your hands if you are voting for Sonic. Molly, raise your hand. There you go. Yep. Technically perfect. And
All right.
to no one's surprise, Alex votes Long John Silver's. I'm sorry to Alex and my father who also voted for Long John Silver's. But hey, look at Sonic and those two great guys who were improv performers. That's how they got that job. Fun fact. Support
I gotta
SAG,
say,
local theater.
Sonic was ahead of the curve when it comes to like the social distancing, like fast food stuff. They never had any indoor dining. Everything was drive up, and it's just the perfect fast food experience for this time. That's all I've got to say.
That's a great take. Thank you.
We love it. All right, moving on.
Moving on. Top
What
right,
we
we're
got
in
next?
our animals region. This is a tricky one. A lot of
Good
people,
stuff.
when I posted this on the internet, I got a lot of hate. # we love our haters for the fact that we are putting these two up against each other in the first round. We have Taco Bell versus Chick-Fil-A. I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to speak really quick. I think Chick-fil-A is extremely overrated. I'm not going to get into their politics, which are absolute doo-doo. I'm trying to keep that off the table because most of these places, honestly, if you follow their politics, they're probably all terrible. That aside, find me one thing on the Chick-fil-A menu that one of these other places doesn't do better. You can't. It's doo-doo. Taco Bell's getting the win, even though they took potatoes off their menu, which they did have today. We did get potatoes today.
August 12th is when they're cut.
Once they are gone, I will probably go to Taco Bell like, I don't know, a fraction of the time I go now, which is a lot. Taco Bell.
Okay, right up top, I'm just gonna say here are my issues with Chick-fil-A. First and foremost, they are homophobic. Second, they are closed on Sundays, which just cut down on availability. Third, they got rid of their spicy chicken biscuit, which was basically the only thing I like to get there. Now, I did have the new grilled cheese burrito from Taco Bell today, and that was a terrible experience. The cheese is on the outside, so it sticks to the wax paper. So you kind of have to like scoop it off with like a plastic knife. Just terrible. But that experience, as bad as it was, I'll still take that over anything from Chick-fil-A right now.
Taco Bell all the way. Again, if you are like me and you decide not to eat meat, you do not have to encumber your experience whatsoever. Those black beans have been sustaining my system for years. Not only that, they are open until like 3 or 4 in the morning. They know their audience. Their marketing is so fun. I have no idea what the Bella Illuminati is, but I want to know more about their backroom dealings. Guys, it is a friend of stoners and vegetarians. It is a win across the board for me, Taco Bell 100%.
I need to put my lawyer hat on for a minute here. I know Molly can't hear me, but I do believe Molly mentioned in the beginning of her statement that her reviews were going to be limited to 1 starch and 2 her recollections of when she did eat meat. And I heard nothing about recollections of when she did eat meat in regards to Chick-fil-A.
Wow.
Molly, if you couldn't hear Alex, he's calling you out on the fact that you were sticking to starches. And we've heard nothing about starches or the absence of meat that you may or may not have eaten at Chick-fil-A.
The absence of meat?
No.
Say that one more time.
Not absence of meat so much as the fact that you were recalling from your meat
What was
eating
the
days.
question? I'm so
Can
sorry.
you recall any meat that you've eaten at Chick-fil-A specifically? Have you eaten any of chicken from Chick?
Yes. Once upon a time, yes, I have had Chick-fil-A back in the day, and I gotta tell you, not worth it. The only thing that I've ever had on their menu that I kind of liked is the Polynesian sauce for their waffle fries. I mean, I will say their waffle fries are better than, say, the Checkers seasoned fries, but they are not better than the soft potato soft taco or any version of a quesadilla that I have had at Taco Bell. So while that, I will say, was good once upon a time, no more. And I'm sorry, anything with pickles on it is to me trash. So no, thank you.
All right, we're going to revisit that pickle line, but as you can see, my frozen brother is exiting the show. Once again, Florida weather has vilified him. Oh, he might be back. And maybe 3, 2, 1, we're calling it. We're putting it to a vote. I know what his vote's going to be, so I'll be voting for both of us. Ladies and gentlemen, please raise your hands if you're voting for Yo Quiero Taco Bell. There it is. Taco Bell is your winner, and we're moving on to
That's an
Zaxby's
upset, right? That's not.
versus. What's that?
That's an upset. Like that's a 16 beating 1 upset.
Possibly, but we'll get into the nitty gritty later. We got to move on to Zaxby's versus Panda Express, and you know what? I'm gonna come out with a hot take immediately. That Panda Express is the least deserving thing on this entire bracket. Panda Express is garbage. It's doo-doo, as my brother describes certain fries. Panda Express is not good. I've never had a meal I've enjoyed from Panda Express. Chinese food is already made far too quickly, and now it's made even faster. This Americanized version of Chinese food served to you in like 30 seconds is absolutely terrifying. The only quick Chinese food I trust is out of a food court at a shopping mall. Panda Express is absolutely awful. I think Roger is joining us. Roger,
I just wanted to say you can get drive-through vegetarian lo mein from Panda Express, and I just think that that's cool.
Can
All
I
right.
get a drive-through vegetarian lo mein? It does exist, yes, and certain Panda Express locations do have an eggplant tofu, but not the ones that are near me. So,
and I respect that. And I'm also looking at chat, and I also respect, looks like we have a comment. Support your local Chinese restaurants. Absolutely. That is a food we don't need a lot of fast food versions of, in my opinion. It gets weird culturally. We're looking at food specifically, but guys, Panda Express to me is just awful. I've never enjoyed a meal from there. Zaxby's, I will admit, I have only had maybe like 3 or 4 times. It's always been pretty good. So for me, this is a no-brainer. But does somebody have a stronger opinion on any of this?
Yeah.
Neil, what you got?
I was just gonna say I love the Zax sauce. What's it called? What's that sauce that like the main sauce is Zax sauce. I love that. And really, I mean, Panda Express is just like overly greasy, and I mean, you can get better food for like the same price at any local Chinese restaurant.
That's fair.
Taco Bell.
All right.
Taco Bell.
Yes, we got it on Taco Bell 1. You're good.
What is happening?
Also, for road trip bathrooms, it's the best, and can confirm, have several friends who agree with me on that one. So Zaxby's for me, even though there are vegetarian options at Panda Express. I'm Team Zaxby's on this one. I had their chicken like a handful of times, legit a decade ago, and I still think it's tasty.
There you go. So Alex can't call you out there. We do have a recollection of some meat eating from Molly. Yes, Caroline, did you have something you wanted to say?
So have we talking about Popeyes yet?
No, not yet. We're almost there. And I promise you'll be the first one we go to for Popeyes because we know your passion of chicken. Incredible. And you know what? I think that's a sign that we just got to move this thing along because we can't keep her waiting, clearly. So, ladies and gentlemen, Zaxby's versus Panda Express. Can I see hands if you're voting for Panda Express? Hands up for Panda Express. Absolutely the right vote. That's a clean sweep for Zaxby's. Beautiful. As we wrap up animals and we push over to the Chapeau region, the hats, we've got Arby's versus Dairy Queen.
Oh.
And I got to tell you, Arby's is I got more to say because I think it's going to move forward. But does anybody else want to talk about this?
I think this is the toughest one.
Yahoo!
God bless you.
Thank you.
I think this is the toughest one. I think Arby's is super underrated. Fantastic fries. The closest thing to, I was talking to Sean and Pat before, there was a fast food place up north that I believe only existed in rest stops called Roy Rogers. And they serve their french fries in paper gun holsters that you could actually put on your belt. So in Arby's is very similar to that. But Dairy Queen, I don't know if you know this, has ice cream.
Oh.
They do. Dairy Queen, famous for the blizzard. They flip it upside down when they give it to you.
We got a blizzard today. This was the only thing Chelsea requested. Fun fact, she's going to hate me for telling this story. We went through the Dairy Queen. So remember that hurricane I mentioned earlier? So we were pulling up to the Dairy Queen as windows were getting blown out and I ordered a mini blizzard for Chelsea. And as we're pulling around, she was like, oh, I thought just mini? I kind of wanted a bigger one. So we pulled around as this poor woman opens the window and the money, and I said, "Can we make it a bigger size?" And then she was like shielding herself from rain. She was like, "Okay," and shut it, and had to make us more blizzard. I will be. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be voting for Dairy Queen because Arby's fries are, and I quote, you can quote me on this, the greatest fast food menu item in the world. Arby's curly fries. Hashtag I love my haters. I'd love it. So
absolutely. I think for me, I'm going into this. I'm trying to think of meals. Top notch. Meals as a whole. Like we can knit and pick specific things of meals, but I had an Arby's meal for my dinner tonight for the first time in genuinely 3 or 4 years, and the fries they're just the greatest thing ever made. They are a gift from the Lord. He has given us many things, but the fries are his piece de resistance. So for me, Dairy Queen was the place across the street from my childhood dentist.
Me too.
Awful menus. Yeah, Sean, we grew up together. So for me, it has weird ties to that. I understand they probably have good food, but it's got to be Arby's.
Okay, so I have a point to make about
there it is.
Dairy Queen. So even though the blizzard is delightful, no argument there, not every location is a grill and chill. Some of them are just ice cream shops. So can we reasonably count Dairy Queen in this fast food bracket if not all of them are fast food locations?
Yeah, because their ice cream is whoop ass.
Oh, okay.
There it is.
All right. Chelsea's informing that our engagement is off because I told that story. So that's a bummer.
Once again, Bracket Brothers has ruined a relationship. And with that, we got to look at the time. We got to put it to a vote. Ladies and gentlemen, please raise your hands if you're voting for Arby's. We'll give Molly.
I can't hear.
2 seconds.
Oh
no. All
Doesn't
right.
matter. Arby's wins.
Doesn't matter. Arby's wins. Make sure we get your votes if it's closer.
All right, next up, the last matchup, we have Popeyes versus In-N-Out Burger. Take it away, Caroline.
Go ahead. Popeyes or In-N-Out? What's better?
Popeyes.
Why?
Thank you. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. You can put it to a vote.
I think we can vote right now. All I will say is In-N-Out, really quick, In-N-Out, everyone talks about it. It's fine.
In-N-Out fries are trash. They're garbage.
Yeah, they're fries.
Second one. All right.
Absolute horseshit.
Okay, hang on. I want my hill to die on.
Oh, okay. Pat is taking his hill to die on. 60 seconds uninterrupted. Pat, take it away. I got timer going now.
When people talk about In-N-Out, no one is talking about the gosh dang fries. We all know that the In-N-Out fries are the worst creation in fast food industry. And for whatever reason, In-N-Out that created these beautiful, wonderful burgers that I do love so dearingly. I hate when people are like, yeah, but their fries are bad. Then just don't get the fries. Oh, what about Animal Style and all these innovative things and their secret menu? It's too much, and In-N-Out is their own worst enemy. For people that live and die for In-N-Out, I know I'm coming at you from every angle here. The truth is, I am right on the fence for In-N-Out, but it needs to be talked about, the divide. We get that their fries are awful. I don't care. I don't need to hear about it anymore. In-N-Out is a wonderful establishment. I have never lived on the West Coast, so I have never gotten tired of it. So yes, whenever I go to California, the number one touristy thing I do, other than go to Disneyland, is I go to get In-N-Out, and I get a double or I get a 3x3, which is 3 patties because I'm a very large man. And it's a wonderful burger, and it's priced wonderfully. A lot of people are like, their burgers aren't that great. It's the value of it, man. They're great. They're
Guys,
fries.
shut up. That was 60 seconds, and I still have no idea where Pat stands on In-N-Out. So we are going to go ahead and vote now. Raise your hand.
Listen,
Molly, go ahead.
sorry. Anthony Bourdain supports Popeyes mac and cheese, and so do I.
Incredible. All right.
I've got to say, sorry, I put the Popeyes mac and cheese on my Popeyes chicken sandwich, and that turned it into like a god tier fast food sandwich. I've got to say, I highly recommend that.
That's incredible. Caroline, what do you got?
Dad, do you want a diaper?
What was that?
Yes,
It was adorable.
a baby.
I believe that Caroline just asked Pat if he wanted a diaper for being a baby, which is the best thing that's ever happened to me in my life. So we're going to go ahead and move to vote. Please put your hands up if you are voting for Popeyes. That's a clean sweep. Ladies and gentlemen, we are moving on to our Elite Eight. We got to hurry up. We do not have much time. Up first, McDonald's versus Wendy's. I'll start really quick. I worked at a restaurant in Disney's Animal Kingdom back when they served McDonald's fries, and because of that, I hate them, and I'm voting for Wendy's because of their spicy chicken sandwich. Next.
I'm going to take over real quick. Wendy's has spicy nuggets, which are great, but they took them away from us. How dare they? But then they brought them back. But then they made my stomach hurt, and I'm very sad. McDonald's fries, I didn't always understand, but I do love dearly. And I think McDonald's is unfortunately the better establishment over Wendy's, although their double cheeseburger is a perfect meal. It's got to have to be McDonald's for me. Moving on.
McDonald's breakfast is all day. That's all I've got to say. Like that, it's got my vote.
When I first started
McDonald's
dating,
fries, they're the best. In
When
this
I first
matchup, we
started-
win.
when I first started dating Allie, my now wife, when we were 15, the day that she told me that we were boyfriend and girlfriend, she was just getting off her shift at McDonald's. So I vote Wendy's.
All right, with that, let's move to vote. Hands up if you'd like to vote for McDonald's. Oh, wow, by a hair.
3.5 votes.
McDonald's moves on. Next up.
The Caroline will be she will be on every episode from here on out.
Yep,
She'll be
Caroline's coming back.
She's the
Caroline
third
is
bracket
coming
brother.
back. She's taking over as me. All right, next up, probably the worst matchup of the entire night, Checkers versus Sonic. I will be abstaining because I think both these places are kind of awful. So I'll be abstaining. Everyone, please, in the chat, as quickly as you can, type either Checkers or Sonic and take it away, everybody else.
Yep, we're pretty much voting for whatever's going to lose to McDonald's. So I will just say again, Checkers fries are okay. Their burgers made me barf. Sonic is fun. It's cute. It should win.
Did
That's it.
Sonic used to have the roller skating car hops? Did they actually do that?
They
Yes.
still do.
That's pretty sick.
It's certain locations. They actually have a competition for best skating car hops that they started in like 2009. So they get fancy with it.
Wow.
I got to
okay.
say, I really respect the research that Molly has brought to this show. Thank you so much for probably being our most grounded guest we've ever
Again,
had.
I did
I
not
never-
come here to play around.
And we
So,
respect it, and we
uh,
thank you. It's an honor to be in the presence
No,
of your
Sonic-
knowledge.
You're welcome. I've always appreciated that Sonic helps normalize the fact that I eat fast food in my car, but I don't like that it makes me feel weird about eating food in my car alone. So this one is tough for me, though that nugget ice and their grilled cheese coming in clutch for me. So
Yeah.
I never put my tongue down anyone's throat at Sonic. So
My goodness, in front of his own daughter, and that's important stuff. Sean, do you have a vote from the chat?
There's the overwhelming winner. Yes, I'm ready.
All
to
right,
vote.
then let's move it to a vote. Can I please see hands if we're voting for Sonic? And there it is. Molly has heard. She's voted. Sonic wins. Moving right along What's our next matchup, Sean?
We got Taco Bell versus Zaxby's. Now, if I could have the floor for a second, because I missed all of this conversation last time when my internet went out, and I'm sure it's going to go out any second. Taco Bell getting rid of potatoes is the worst thing to happen to me in 2020. End of statement. Zaxby's, I will say, I never had Zaxby's until maybe 2018, and it quickly became my favorite fast food restaurant. It's incredible. Here's why they're not getting my vote is that my favorite thing is the boneless chicken combo, and their prices vary by $2 between the Winter Park location and the location nearest to UCF. So because of that, they're not winning because Taco Bell always comes through. I love a consistent price model. So that's why I'm going to vote for Taco Bell.
Now, I do have to say, when we're going to talk consistency, though, that is one thing Taco Bell lacks in their food for me. As a fan of specifically the quesadilla, depending which Taco Bell you get is very dependent on how much is in that quesadilla, how hot the quesadilla is. I straight up have had a quesadilla where none of the cheese was melted and it was just a cold folded quesadilla. But did I go back to that Taco Bell? I did, because I know no shame. But their prices are consistent and their food is worth taking a swing on. So I do still love Taco Bell.
If you base your opinion on a poorly constructed fast food item, they all will lose. Like, don't calm it down. It's fast food. You're paying $1 for it. Sometimes stuff happens, okay?
Listen, I'm giving it to Taco Bell because Zaxby's has never been there for me at 2 a.m.
True.
That's fair.
Not
That's
the food
fair.
or the employees.
I gotta chime in here because this is my last chance with Zaxby's. First off, Taco Bell. The only thing I've ever enjoyed at Taco Bell is the Taco. Second off, which I don't think has been there since I was in middle school, and I'm probably the oldest person in here by about 4 years. Second off, Zaxby's, I have an incredible memory there, and you guys were all just trashing my memory. One time I was driving back from Florida with my beautiful family, and my daughter Caroline spilled an entire bottle of milk all over the table, and then my wife, Allison, opened up a container of barbecue sauce, and it was somehow pressurized and exploded all over. And it was one of the funniest things I'd seen. So I vote Zaxby's because they hold my heart.
That's fair. I will say, Pat, you bringing up the consistency of the Taco Bell quality, I would love to give a shout out. I wish I knew the store number. I don't. It's the Taco Bell in the Crossroads Plaza nearest to Walt Disney World. We are talking, that's a top 10 Taco Bell, I'm assuming in the country. They're incredibly fast. They're incredibly accurate. I've never had a wrong order there. They're very polite. It's incredible. And sometimes I will drive 20 minutes out of my way to go to that Taco Bell because it is better than any other in Orlando. So that's what I'm going to go with.
All right, we got to move it to a vote then. We're at that point. So, ladies and gentlemen, please raise your hands if you're voting for Taco Bell.
Also, shout out to the Taco Bell app because you can do all your weird substitutions and not have to talk to a human and feel weird about it.
That's very true. Also, a very vegetarian and vegan-friendly establishment. Moving right along, what do we got next, Sean? What's our
We
next?
got Arby's versus Popeyes.
Oh boy. I am going to be with. I'm pulling out of this one. So start voting in the chat now. Arby's for Arby's, Popeyes for Popeyes. I'm gonna start counting. This is tough. This is too tough for me.
I'm withholding my comment.
Arby's has the most.
Go ahead, Molly.
Sorry, I was distracted by Carolyn being adorable. Again, can't hear it, but the visuals top notch. Arby's has the cuter of logos. Like, that hat is super adorable. I can't get mad at it. The beef and cheddar is one of the only other meat items that several years later I still think is tasty. But those Popeyes biscuits are the best. So votes for Popeyes for me.
Sorry, I love the Arby's fries, but Popeyes, the 3-piece 2-side combo has always been there for me, as long as I can remember. So
Neil, you bring up an incredible point. People don't understand how much you can eat at Popeyes for like $3.50. It's not as plain as day as like the McDonald's dollar menu, but my God, you can eat a ton of food at Popeyes. on our excursion today, our first stop was Popeyes. We got the spicy chicken sandwich. I don't know if you remember the newsworthy chicken sandwich from last year. And as we were leaving, Chelsea took a bite and said, "Can we just turn around and keep eating more Popeyes?" Again, this is the love of my life telling me that she wants to eat fast food. Fell in love, proposed all over again in the car. I would have said Arby's before today, but after that moment, I mean, it's got to be Popeyes, baby.
All right.
I think
I
the
think we
chat
gotta
is
take
pretty
it to a
unanimous
vote.
too.
Yeah, we got to take it to a vote. Let's raise your hands for Popeyes. If you're voting for Popeyes, get those hands. That's a clean sweep, ladies
That's
and
a sweep,
gentlemen.
baby. That's a
A
sweep.
clean sweep, and we are coming close on time, and I think it will take no one's surprise to see what wins this next matchup. So I'm going to immediately just throw it to a vote. McDonald's versus Sonic. If you want to die on a hill for Sonic, you've got 3 seconds. Nope. Hands up for McDonald's.
Amazing. McDonald's wins.
Yeah. Moving right along. What's our matchup on the other side of the bracket, John?
This one we're gonna need some time. This is Taco Bell versus Popeyes.
Oh no.
Can I please before we okay. So I have 2 negative things to say. First of all, Taco Bell. Molly brought this up in our pre-show meeting, or maybe in the show, I don't remember. So Taco Bell was straight up stolen. Molly, do you want to tell that story really quick?
She has the notepad.
Oh,
out
hell
and ready.
yes. Let me find some light because my thing's dying. Apologies. I had some tech difficulties earlier. Okay, so this is going to be hard for me because as a vegetarian, Taco Bell, the best. However, it was started in the early 60s in Glendale, California by a man named Glenn Bell. He originally had a different kind of restaurant. He was trying to do a burger stand. He ripped it off of McDonald's. There was a nearby Mexican restaurant that was doing very well. He kept going to this restaurant time and time and time again and tried to plankton up the Krusty Krab burger and steal their design for tacos because at the time Mexican dishes weren't very well known within the white community. So he went and fucking stole all of their recipes and used it to create Taco Bell. And it's making me feel really weird about going to eat my dumb black bean tacos. It's really conflicting. So yeah, that's the history of Taco Bell.
And here's a fun fact about Popeyes. If you thought that Popeyes was named after the titular sailor man, you'd be wrong. Popeyes is named after the main character from the film The French Connection. And I'm pausing
Mr.
for
Popeye
emphasis.
Doyle, who's a member of the NYPD, but Popeyes is from Louisiana, and I find that to be very rude.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. I will say this is a moment where I might have to separate the artist from the art and go with Taco Bell. We did lose Alex and C, but I think I'm assuming they're going to vote for Popeyes. They might be back. Yes, here we go. Alex, Popeyes rules number 1. So we only have a few minutes, so I think we're going to move to vote here, unless anyone wants to die on a hill.
I don't know what I missed. Let me just give me my moment.
Okay, this is your hill to die on. Do you want it?
You didn't miss anything. You missed that Taco Bell's the best. They're conflicting, but they got tasty food.
I'm just worried that I'm going to miss this chance about Popeyes.
All right, go ahead. Take it away.
Okay. The Popeye spicy chicken sandwich is hands down the best fast food item to ever exist. To vote against anything like this is essentially saying something to the effect that the 90s Bulls were not the best basketball team ever, even though they had the best basketball player ever. You need to address that. You need to understand how good one thing could be. It's like saying the Cro-Mags aren't the best hardcore band ever, even though Age of Quarrel is clearly God tier. There's nothing else that exists, okay? The other albums might suck, but Age of Quarrel is it, right? So you need to address that. Also, but on top of that, the other food's sick, okay? The fries are incredible. They serve a GD Cajun turkey at Thanksgiving. Do you want a Cajun turkey at Thanksgiving? I do. Do you want to cook a turkey at Thanksgiving? I don't. I can order one from Popeyes. I can go pick it up in the drive-thru. I don't need my 5 seconds.
All right.
Wow.
And also, the last thing I would like to say,
The
even though I'm
best
voting for
part
Taco
about your
Bell
hill to
is
die on and your tech difficulties. Sorry, the best part about Alex's technical difficulties is that I can hear him now.
Hey!
Yay!
The last thing I will say, Popeyes is rice and beans, and it's time to vote. We are going to say, put your hands up if you want to vote for Taco Bell.
Hold on. Do
Well,
we have time?
Oh, wait! At the last second,
I need to do a Hilda diet. I'm hitting.
two!
I've got to defend Taco Bell. Okay.
Take it away. Go. You're on the clock.
This hurts because I consider Popeyes and Taco Bell to be like my two children. You're asking me to like tear them up, but like I have to defend Taco Bell. Taco Bell, like I said before, has always been there for me late at night. Somebody in the chat mentioned that the new Taco Bell Cantina is like a 5-star. You can get drunk in a Taco Bell now. What else do you want? Before you'd have to get drunk and then you just go to the Taco Bell, but you can just get the two. It's a 2-for-1 now. And then not only that, Taco Bell has the combo restaurants. You can go to one location and get like Taco Bell and Pizza Hut. You can go to another restaurant and get Taco Bell and KFC, or you can get Taco Bell and Long John Silver. You just have so many more options available for you. You have the whole Yum brand spectrum of restaurants available, and I concede the rest of my time.
Amazing. Time is up.
I'm the only one that likes Long John Silver's.
Neil has said 8 words until that, and then blew out his microphone, screaming about Taco Bell. And you know what? We're here for it. We love it. We're gonna have to vote. Here we go. Hands up for Taco Bell. Wow. This is not what I expected. Taco Bell, almost a sweep, other than the Russins. Taco Bell is moving on. Alex did say that he might go insane if this happened, so we might have to mute him. We only have
to eating her jewelry.
We only have a few moments. We are going to have to move to our final. Alex is leaving the room.
So it's just Caroline now, so she'll vote. Oh, he's got a baseball bat.
Okay, all right. I don't know.
All right, let's get that out of here. Let's get that out of here.
So, if we want to bring up the other screen, which I am not sharing, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. We do have our final bracket down to the final 2 here. We have McDonald's versus Taco Bell. This is an incredible week. We thank everyone for being here. I think this might have been predicted. I don't know. I'm glad Caroline is taking over the stream. From Alex, we are going to go ahead. Taco Bell versus McDonald's. Who's got something to say?
I don't care.
Alex doesn't care.
Perfect. Look, these are the two Titans. This is what I expected to be in the final matchup. It's hard to pin these two against each other. But for me, I know where my heart lies, and it's probably going to be with the theft of a cultural food, unfortunately. But look, they've just been there for me more than the other. I can truly say. I don't know. How's everybody else feeling about this?
I'm leaning towards Taco Bell, but go on, Molly.
Taco Bell, it's problematic, but they've never let me down on the black bean front. I've gone to McDonald's too many times, and their ice cream machine has been broken. They are inconsistent at best. So, again, as your resident non-meat eater, I have to put my vote towards Taco Bell. I'm going to use my Hilda Dion really quick.
Oh, boy.
I'm going to use my Hilda Dion because I would like the camera on my face when I say cheesy gordita crunch. And I receive the rest of my time.
That's perfect. I also want to give Taco Bell a quick shout out because all these other fast food places, a combo meal is like your main thing and then fries or something and then a drink. And Taco Bell was like, we have cinnamon twist, but like whatever. Our combo is like a taco and then you just get another taco.
Amazing.
They didn't even need fries.
Two
and
entrees.
They tried fries and the fries were good, but they were like, we're not even going to bother making these. Look, it's that time, folks. Ladies and gentlemen.
Steve's got something.
Caroline, see what you got.
Well, okay, so
They voted against Popeyes. Who cares?
So I'm going to tell everyone. So we had so it's Shark Day. So I need this bracelet and it has my name on it.
That's amazing.
It's a nice bracelet.
Wow.
I think that's all we really have to
you should
say.
vote
I
for
think that
Caroline's
wraps it up.
bracelet, actually. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know
With
what?
wise words from Caroline Russin, I think we got to move to our final vote, Sean. What do you think?
Let's do it. All right.
We're past our
Hands
time
up.
anyway.
Hands up if you'd like to vote for McDonald's. We got one vote.
I'm going there. I'm going there.
All votes. And
We got
Alex,
two votes. Alex voted for McDonald's. So
You know
Taco
what? That's
Bell.
how it should be.
Taco Bell
Wow.
is our victor. I just want to really quick. Would people have voted for McDonald's over Popeyes, or would Popeyes have also won? Should
No.
this have been?
And I'll tell you why. The only reason why I voted McDonald's over Taco Bell is because Taco Bell recently had I forgot what it was. It's like the triple chalupa, which was basically a human centipede chalupa, and that made me very uncomfortable. McDonald's has never done that before, and I'm fine with McDonald's taking a more conservative approach to fast food if we can avoid stuff like that.
But I mean,
All
if
right,
you're going to
Neil.
argue conservative approach, man, Taco Bell just uses the same 5 ingredients and just throws it in a different order. So really, you're always going to be eating the same thing. Ladies and gentlemen,
Come out of
Taco Bell is your champion. Thank you all
we didn't
so
have
much
time to get
for
into the
joining.
considered history of the Filet-O-Fish with McDonald's. That is a whole thing. So
There's a whole
chapter.
thing. Molly has a ton of research she didn't get to drop on us. Alex has another kid we didn't even get to hear their opinions. I want to thank our guests for joining us tonight. Give you all a spot. Molly, do you have anything you'd like to say to the audience? Anything you'd like to plug before we say farewell?
Nothing to plug. Just been enjoying the SAC live streams. Hope to see you guys come back for some other ones. We got stuff all month long. I'm sure you guys have the details that you'll give. Just happy to be here. Thanks for having me. I'm gonna go get a quesadilla after this.
Amazing.
Absolutely. Alex and Caroline, any parting words?
Yeah, check out my Instagram account at PopeyesLouisianaFast.com. You can all go right to hell because this is. The last time I was this mad about the result of a vote, I was actually with the Rice Brothers. So I don't think I'll ever be doing a vote again. And 20, what was it? Whenever year it was, Pat, we were
2016.
2016.
A certain Tuesday in November, and I'll never be with you guys during a vote again because what happens is this: the wrong side wins, and the good guys lose.
All right, thank you so much for that illuminating thing. Neil, we want to thank you for being here as well. Do you have anything you'd like to say?
First and foremost, Arena said Neil loves McDonald's pizza, and I do. I think the pizza made at the iDrive location is not bad. I'll say about the pasta. And also, I have started doing fast food reviews on my Instagram.
That's right. And actually, as a little treat, I think we might have the ability to.
So yesterday was National Chicken Tender Day, a day I didn't even realize existed, but am now eternally grateful for. To celebrate, PDQ offered a one-day-only chicken tender milkshake. In a press release, a representative from PDQ said, "Our guests love our craveable fresh chicken tenders and our delicious hand-spun milkshakes. This shake combines the amazing flavors of both, and so I went to get it, and it was probably the worst milkshake experience I've ever had in my life. It is literally a vanilla milkshake with bits of fried chicken mixed in. You take a sip, and the sweet taste of vanilla hits your tongue, inviting you to sip more, and then BAM! A flurry of fried chicken bits hit the back of your throat, and it is the worst 1-2 punch in any fast food offering. If I were to give this a rating, I would give this a belongs in hell. This milkshake and its creator belong in hell, and if hell has a jail, there too."
That's just a little preview of the content you can find. Neil, you want to plug your Instagram? How can they find you?
Yeah, you can find me at Neil's Photos at NAELSPHOTOS.
Someone type that in the comments for our boy Neil. Thank you so much for joining us. A legend of Orlando fast food, failing to catch chicken tenders from Guy Fieri and reviewing our chicken tender sandwiches. Much more to come from Neil. Thank you to all of our guests. Thank you to my brother, Thank you to my parents again for being in the chat. There's apparently 12 seconds left in the basketball game. There's 1 point away. Sean, do we want to announce what we're doing next week?
Do we know what we're doing next week?
I'm asking you, so I guess we don't. So find out.
Wait,
from
give me 1 second. I can tell you.
Social media. Okay, it's a very well planned show.
Plug. All right, everyone, stick around. Everyone, watch all the SAC check-ins every night. Super plug to the lowrider check-in that's next Friday. We're gonna run around our house and find stuff that you guys tell us to find. Next week. Oh, we do know what next week is. Next week. Oh, this is a good one. Next week is 90s and 2000s cartoon shows. So, not characters specifically, but the programs you've grown up with and loved. We got a lot of good ones coming up after this one. We're not going to tell you what they are, but we have these things booked out for like 2 months because I'm unemployed and I have a lot of time on my hands. So with that, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you again to our guests. C, do you want to take us out? Caroline, do you have one more thing you want to say? Oh my God.
Oh my God, that was absolutely perfect.